Hi, in this video, I will be talking about William Shakespeare's sonnet number 116. Let me not to the merits of True Minds. Of all the 154 sonnets he wrote, the first 126 are addressed to a young man, and the rest to a woman known as the Dark Lady. The specific name is not given. So 116, this sonnet is addressed to a man. It is about love in its purest forms, but we have to know that this is not about William Shakespeare addressing to a woman, but to a handsome young man. It focuses on the nature of love in relationships and in relation to time. I mean, in general, I'm talking about all the sonnets, all the 154 sonnets. So, let me not to the merits of True Minds. It is about love in its purest forms. It is about the coming together of true-minded couple, two truly minded couple, in sense that they are truly in love, and that is not influenced or affected by just this sudden feeling or this desire for someone, but this love is a product of being affected by the mind, so true mind. So they know each other, they're truly in love with one another. So we see the word here marriage, but this is not specifically about marriage. It is about the coming together of two pure individual. So the sonnet is written in the form of iambic pentameter. So in iambic pentameter we have 10 syllables. So 10 syllables with unstressed, stressed, unstressed, stressed. So it goes on like da, the beating. So if we look at the first lines, let me not to the merits of true minds. Remember, this line is not over yet. The full sentence is not over yet. It doesn't have a meaning now. Let me not to the merits of true minds. But since it has reached 10 syllables, meaning it is following the pattern of iambic pentameter, so it is already 10 syllables, the poet cannot go on. So he has to jump to the next line. So if we look at the first line, we don't see any punctuation. It jumps to the second line, so that is called enjambment. If we look at the poem, the technique, it is called enjambment. So we get a true meaning when we see this. If we go to the next line, let me not to the merits of true minds admit impediments. So this is the true meaning of the line. Let me not to the merits of true minds admit impediments. So if we look at the word impediment, this is often in the past used by a priest before the marriage. So before the priest pronounce this, I pronounce your husband and wife, he has to ask this question: if you have any impediments, if you have any doubt or something which you're not happy about or which is not right, you say it now before I pronounce you husband and wife. So the speaker is here saying, I am not going to, or let me not declare any reason or hindrances to this truly minded couple. So let me not to the merits of true minds admit impediments. If we put it in a simple way, or if we try to put it in a prosaic manner, let me not declare any reason or hindrances as to why these two pure couple cannot be married. So if we look at the next line again, love is not love. So the poet starts with the poet talks about love by not the poet talks about love by saying what love is not. So love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds. So love is not love, or it is not pure love, which changes when it finds a change in circumstances. So it is not pure love, it is not true love if it changes. Or if I find I'm in love with someone, and if I happen to find someone and abandon the person I am with, then that is not true love. True love is to till the end of that. That is called true love. So the poet says that love is not love. Love is not true, or love is not pure if it changes according to the circumstances, or bends with the remover to remove, or bends, look at the word bends, B-E-N-D-S, with the remover to remove, or bends from its firm stand even when a lover is unfaithful. So if it is really true love, then it will not alter, it will not change even when a lover is unfaithful. That's what the poet is trying to say here. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark. So here the poet has made a shift, a sudden shift to what love is. Now he's talking about what love is. Earlier he started with what love is not. Love is not love if it changes according to circumstances. So now he has shifted to another dimension, in the sense that what is love now. So let's look at it. It is an ever fixed mark. So it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. So it is like a lighthouse that sees storms but is never shaken. So if you look at the example of a lighthouse in the past, I'm sure you must be aware of what lighthouse is. So a storm or a tempest, be it whatever, even if it hits this lighthouse, that lighthouse will stand strong. So the poet is trying to draw this example, or this by using this example of a lighthouse. So the tempest, the storm can be temptations, or it can be various circumstances which can shake, or which can affect the relationship. But true love is like a lighthouse, even if there are so many other circumstances hitting you. If it is true love, nothing will change. It is the star to every wandering bark. So love is the guiding north star to every lost ship. So here bark here is, the poet is talking about a ship or a boat, just example. So love is the guiding north star to every guiding ship. So it is a perfect example. It is a guiding light to every lost ship, whose words unknown, although his height can be taken. So the poet is talking about this star. We don't know the value, although we can measure the height. So whose value can never be calculated, whose value cannot be calculated, although its altitude can be measured. Again, if we look at the next line, love's not times full, though rosy lips and cheeks. So here the poet says love's not times full. That means love is not at the mercy of time. So time can have no play, or time cannot affect, or time can do nothing against true love. So time cannot play any game, or time cannot do against or go against true love. Love is not at the mercy of time, in the sense that love will remain the same. The clock, the time can go on and on and on, but true love will remain the same. So that way, time can never do anything to true love. Though physical beauty can be affected, so as we go on with our life, our physical beauty will wither like a flower. But love is not susceptible to time, or love does not pander to the will of time. It does not pander, or it does not conform to the will of time. It has its own. It's own in the sense that it will remain the same from the beginning till the very end, till eternity. If it is true, if it is love, if love is true, then it will remain the same. So love's not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks, with his bending sickles compass come. So comes within the compass of a sickle. Here the poet introduces a familiar figure, that of this the Grim Reaper. I'm sure you must be aware of what a Grim Reaper is. You're all very familiar with this Savage or Grim Reaper and stuff like that, so you look it up. He's called Time. So Grim Reaper is time here, but we can read that not only as hours and minutes, but as age and death as well. So love alters not with his brief hours and weeks. So love alters not with his brief hours and weeks. Love does not change with hours and weeks, if we are to simplify it. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks. Love does not change with hours and weeks. It remains the same. But it bears out even to the edge of doom. But rather, it endures until the last day of life. So eternity, basically. Sometimes we see this weird stuff on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, social media, weekly, monthly. I don't know what the hell is that. That is a complete piece of crap. So, love, true love, it will endure till the last day of life. So in the end, the last couplet: if this be error and upon me proved, if this be error and upon me proved. So here, if I am proven wrong about this thought on love, that's what the poet is trying to say here. If what I have written about love is proven wrong, I never write, nor no man ever loved. So I never write, nor no man ever loved. So here, then I recant, I no longer hold this belief, all that I have written, and no man has ever truly loved. If anyone can prove this wrong, that what I've written is not right or not correct or is wrong, then I will take back everything what I've written, and I can also say that no man has ever truly been in love. So in the final couplet, the poet declares that if he is mistaken about this constant, unmovable nature of perfect love, then he will take back all his writings on love, truth, and faith. Moreover, he adds that if he has in fact judged love inappropriately, no man has ever really loved in the ideal sense that the poet professes. So this is it. So again, briefly, we see love. Let me now to the merits of true minds admit impediments. After that, the poet talks about what love is not, and we see love defined by what it's not. So real love doesn't change or alter under any circumstances. That is, even if the lovers themselves change, or if the world around them does, true love remains constant. It will never change. It will be like a lighthouse, ever fixed mark. Nothing will change. The double alter. Look at the word alter, A-L-T-E-R, alter, and alteration. So pairing this alter, the two words alter and altering, this pairing of these two words remind us of what a less worthy sentiment, which we might think of as not love, is like. It's changeable, fickle, and all too easily altered. What does all that? Bends with the remover to remove. Now look at the bends with the remover to remove. If we look at the line, so basically it makes the above point even more vehemently, claiming that even when someone tries to remove affection, real love doesn't give in and disappear. Faced with difficulties or adversity, love will always survive. We talk about love as the greatest gift of all. So even here, faced with difficulties, even if there's so many difficulties, no matter how heavy the difficulties might be, love will always survive. So it is an ever fixed mark. It is like a lighthouse. Here the poet brings this as nautical imagery into the mixed thing, storms and ships, not anchor, tattoos, and pirates, but he brings in this storms and ships. In line 5, if you look at line 5, he makes this sudden shift from the negative to the positive, in the sense that he starts talking about love, what love is in line 5, instead of saying what love is not. It launches into an affirmation of love's qualities, highlighting the qualities of love. It is, as he says, ever fixed mark. That's easy enough. It just means a marker that never moves. So it'll stand strong, like a pillar which can never be removed. It'll stand strong no matter what. It's the star to every wandering bark. So the final two lines, if we look at the final two lines, it sort of provides this dramatic and quite bold closing statement. The poet is so confident about what he has written. If I've written about love, and if anyone can prove this wrong, I'll take back whatever I've written. And I can also say that no man has ever been truly in love. So the poet is so confident about what he has written. It's kind of a bold closing statement, this couplet. It uses rather legalistic language to basically say, if these ideas are wrong and anyone can prove that I'm incorrect, so it's kind of like a legal words. The line poses something of a challenge to readers. So if you feel that he is wrong, or if you're sure that he is wrong, then you can challenge him, but he's dead. The final line resolves this challenge through a somewhat complicated twist. So like I've told you, there's this twist. I'll take back what I've written. At the same time, no man has ever been truly in love. So by saying that the poet has never written anything, and that nobody has ever really been in love before, if love actually turns out to be less than eternal, the poem's truth immediately becomes impossible to dispute. Written. Why? Well, of course, the poet has written, we're reading his poem right now, and of course people have loved before. Therefore, the ideas posed in the poem must be correct. It's not like It must be no. It's correct. And I totally agree with what William Shakespeare has written. It's odd, but it works. So this is about true love, the coming together of two pure couple. Let's look at some of the questions here. What does the poet mean by true minds? True minds refer to the marriage of two pure-minded thinking individuals. So we can see the word marriage, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is marriage. It is more about this coming together of two pure-minded thinking individuals. So if we look at the rhyme scheme, the rhyme scheme of the sonnet, it has 14 lines and a rhyme scheme of A B C D E F and then G G. So A B and then the final two, the couplet in the end. So G G. So meter, if you look at the meter, it follows the pattern of iambic pentameter, which consists of 10 syllables. Remember, let me note to the marriage of true minds. So 10 syllables each. Admit impediments. If you read the poem and then count its syllables, there will only be 10 syllables. Not less than 10 or not more than 10. Just 10. So devices. Let's look at the devices. Metaphor. If we look at the metaphor, look at ever fixed mark. Ever fixed mark, and also love is the star. The word bark, which means ship. In the 10, bending sickle's compass refers to sharp metal curved tool used for harvesting that cuts off the head of ripe cereal with a circular swipe or swing, similar to that side. Thanks for joining, and I hope to see you again.